All right, so today's video is a little bit different. Now, not too different in the sense that I have not done a video like this before, but it's kind of a video you always see. And, judging by the title or thumbnail, if you guys click on the video and watch, we are going to be, ranking the Tenkaichi games, all of them, from 1 to sparkingzero. Now, I am not putting Ultimate Tenkaichi, even though it has it in the game, because that game is complete cheeks, and it's not like the games that we're going to be talking about in this video, so I'm not going to be putting it. But yeah, we're going to be ranking the Tenkaichi games from the first game to sparkingzero. So, if you guys enjoy, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Also, let me know your ranking and thoughts and feelings in the comments below. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. All right, coming in at number 4, we have Budokai Tenkaichi, the first game. Now, Budokai Tenkaichi, the first game, obviously, after like the Budokai Free and all those games, like this was the game that basically started it all. It gave us the free-flowing environment, combat, and the games we have now today. And it was a good game, actually generational game when it first came out. But now when you hop on this game and today, you really see how dated it is, and it didn't age well. Now again, back when it first came out, you could say that the game was really good when it first came out, but now it's just an aged out game. But you can still hop on it and play it, although like I said, it hasn't aged too well. There's a lot of looking bad animations and stuff like that, or something that just seems like simple and non-incomplete. But you can still hop on the game and still have like a pretty decent time here and there. It's really good. So yeah, nothing too crazy to say. Like I said, it's the first game. It gave us what we have today, but it hasn't aged all that well, and there isn't much to really talk about. Although I will say, for the time that it did came out though, it had a pretty good roster. It had OG Dragon Ball, Z, GT, like it had a pretty good roster. And for being the first game in the Tenkaichi series, it was pretty good for when it first came out. So I'll give it its flowers. So yeah, that's Budokai Tenkaichi 1 at number 4. Let's move on to number 3. All right, coming in at number 3, we have Dragon Ball Sparkingzero. Now, you guys know how I feel about Sparkingzero, so I'm not gonna really say too much. When the game first came out, it looked promising. Like the new trailers we saw, the new forms and the new stuff that we got, it looked promising. And then the game came out, and I gotta say, when this game first came out, I did have fun with it for a little bit. I had fun, making content, playing the characters. The story mode was pretty Gucci. But after a couple like months or so with this game, we all know what happened and how bad it truly really was. And yeah, I just feel like, again, it was an overhyped game. Now, the game does have some good things. Like, first of all, the roster, which again I talked about in my previous videos, the roster is really good, because now we have OG Dragon Ball, Z, Super, movie characters and stuff like that. So the roster was definitely vastly improved upon. And again, the graphics are good, and some of the ultimate cutscenes and stuff like that are pretty good. But again, you guys know how I feel about sparkingzero, and everybody knows too. The game just didn't feel incomplete to me. Completed to me. Like, it does do some things great, but it just feels so lackluster. And again, if you guys look at my previous videos or videos from any other content creator, you would know the issues and flaws with sparkingzero. Now, no one's saying outright that it's a bad game, but compared to the next 2 games on the list, it's nothing really to write home about. So yeah, that's sparkingzero at number 3. Let's move on to number 2. All right, coming in at number 2, we have Budokai Tenkaichi 2. Now, this game is a really fun game because they definitely made vast improvements from the first game, for sure. Like, you played Tenkaichi 2 and you would see. Now, what I do love about Tenkaichi 2 was the OSTs, the world map that you explore for the story mode, and the overall story mode, because the story mode in Tenkaichi 2 is probably one of the best in Dragon Ball gamings I ever seen, aside from Kakarot. Aside from Kakarot, Dragon Ball, that game, Tenkaichi 2, literally has the best, Dragon Ball story mode in the games I've ever seen. Again, you go look at Tenkaichi 2 gameplay, or you play the game for yourself, and they actually have, certain animated cutscenes from the show that they do, in the game. For example, the one with Goku versus Vegeta for the first time, or the one with, Gogeta with Goku and Vegeta where they fuse Super Saiyan 4. It's really good. The Goku versus Turles, you guys get the point. This game really was amazing when it came to the gameplay. Again, vastly improved and better gameplay. The story mode was amazing. I love the story mode so much. And then again, more characters and, better changes and stuff like that. It was a really good improvement from the first game. And, it's still an amazing game to play to this day. It's really fun. Again, definitely have some fun with it. Story mode, again, amazing story mode. OST was just beyond amazing. Character roster was pretty good. So yeah, Tenkaichi 2 was overall a pretty decent game for what it was. So yeah, that's Budokai Tenkaichi 2 at number 2. And let's move on to the final entry, being at number 1. All right, coming in at number 1, and I don't think this really should be a shock to anybody, we have Budokai Tenkaichi 3. Now again, this should not be a shock to anybody. This game, is one of the best, if not the best, Dragon Ball game of all time. You guys already know what I'm about to say. Story mode. The story mode was okay, although it did kind of downgrade from Tenkaichi 2. But again, they had to put a lot into this game when they made it in 2007. So they did have to take some stuff out. And then since the PS2 and Wii wasn't all that powerful like that, they had to make changes and stuff like that. So all those cutscenes and stuff you saw from the story mode in Tenkaichi 2, they had to take them out for Tenkaichi 3. But again, they did that so they can give us the current gameplay that we know now for this game and sparkingzero. And yeah, they did a phenomenal job, bro. The gameplay was so fun. The roster, again, solid, amazing roster too. There's a lot of good characters like, Future Gohan and, Broly and stuff like that. They made really good changes. Again, gameplay is fun. And I think this game was also the first game to put online for the first time, or Tenkaichi 2 did it as well. I can't remember. But again, Tenkaichi 3 is literally one of the best, if not the best, Dragon Ball game of all time. Again, OST was solid. I think Tenkaichi 2's OST was more solid, but Tenkaichi 3 had some bangers. Gameplay, amazingly good gameplay, probably the best in the series for sure. And yeah, overall, just a solid game. I really don't have much to say about it. You guys know the history. This game is literally everyone's childhood. Best game. You can ask around any YouTuber, anybody will tell you that, Tenkaichi 3 is the best Dragon Ball game of all times. And yeah, nothing really too much to say. Number 1, again, should be too obvious. This game is just phenomenal. Again, the only thing I wish they didn't have to do, but I understand why they did it, was, the story mode changes, because again, the PS2 couldn't handle all that, because with the roster, with the 150 plus roster and all that, they had to make those changes. But again, even with those changes, this game is still the best Dragon Ball game of all time. So yeah, that's Budokai Tenkaichi 3 at number 1. And with that said, that's going to wrap up, the little list, ranking, whatever you want to call it. That's pretty much it. Again, you got Tenkaichi 1 at number 4, sparkingzero at number 3, Tenkaichi 2 at number 2, and Tenkaichi 3 at number 1. So if you guys enjoyed, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about the list down below, or give me your ranking of the Tenkaichi series. Let me know what game you guys has as your favorite, or you know, a game that I didn't put on the list. Like again, Ultimate Tenkaichi, like, you know, maybe. And also honorable mention to Tenkaichi Tag Team. That's another good game, the one for the PSP. It was a really good game too. It's basically Tenkaichi free on the PSP, like handheld stuff. So, you know, shout out to that game too. If you guys want to play it, you guys can play it too. It's a really fun game too. Like, it's actually pretty good. So yeah, again, if you guys enjoyed, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about the tier list down below. And yeah, I'm Neon V2. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy and peace out. I'm out of here.